We are now watching Offline TV plays Truth or Drink, as is tradition. Offline TV Truth or Drink 3 featuring Pokimane. Pokimane from Time's list of 100 top creators. Bog, one of the only right-wing creators on the list. I'm kidding. And as is tradition, whenever we watch a Truth or Drink video. Guys, this is that Defiant whiskey that we started during the Red Dead. I still haven't gotten through this bottle. That's how you know I'm not an alcoholic, you know, yet. I still have time. All right, let's run it.
Much money do you have?
What is the most frustrating or regretful opportunity you've ever turned down?
Have you ever thought of me romantically?
All right, chat, you guys know the rules.
I'm
We have to play together.
Toast. And
Wait, speaking of, chat, what are you guys all sipping on tonight? It's Friday night. Welcome. What are we all sipping on?
I'm in all 3 of these Truth or Drinks. And this toast is 1 shot in. This toast is 4 shots in. And this toast is on shot number 8. What was my second line?
By the way, taking shots of soju is dangerous because it makes you be like, oh man, I can take multiple shots. Like soju, okay, soju shots, easy to take. It's like, I think like what? It's probably like 2 or 3 shots of soju equals a shot of hard liquor. But the difference is it's actually really easy to just pound back a shot of soju and you don't even think about it. And then you're, oh, I'm like 10 shots deep. This is fine. And then like soju will catch up to you. Also, unfortunately, I cannot have soju because it's always the flavored soju and there's so much sugar in that. Kava, lemonade, 1 CBD gummy, Jim Beam, black, hot Cheetos and water. Hot Cheetos and water, dude, you're just like that Latina girl that sat behind me in math class. Always hot Cheetos and water for her.
Oh, why did that hurt me? Also, I'm drinking sriracha because I don't drink. Is that enough?
That is more than enough.
Really?
Oh, good. Good on Pokey, but I feel like a shot of sriracha is not an equivalent punishment of a shot of soju. Holy shit.
Really?
Yeah, that is
Thank
a
God.
lot.
I feel like you're nervous. He said he wasn't nervous. I feel like you're nervous.
I'm a little nervous at how excited you are for this.
Have you ever shit-talked me to one of your girlfriends / ex-girlfriends?
I've done it to every single one. You know this.
Wait, what is my drink here? Truth or drink? Have I shit talked Pokey or shit talked someone else? Ever shit talked about Pokey? Have I ever said shit about Pokey? I was drinking coffee, not my. Oh my God. I feel like I've shit talked Pokey in public, not like in private. Yeah, I don't think I need a drink to that one. I don't know if I've like ever like fucking sucks, bro.
So I've been in a few relationships.
We know.
First of all, low blow. And they're all like, they're in the space, they know who you are. And I believe with every single one of them, at some point, at some time, I've come home, I'm like, yeah, Pokey was being really difficult today to all of them. And they all know. And what's the worst thing?
Oh, good on
They
Toast
would
for
speak
admitting
for you
that.
sometimes, which was really nice of them. And it's like them being fair and all, but sometimes like, yo, let me bitch about this for like 10 seconds. And sometimes they're like,
No!
let me feel my feelings.
Yes, but you need to be considerate of the dynamics at play because the reason I asked this question is because, bitch, I could tell. My dynamic with the person would shift solely due to your relationship. 2 + 2 is 4.
Not solely because of
But you know.
Nah, I play
I
it,
got
bro.
a vibe.
Oh, they started this video off spicy. Oh my God. The
Play a
tea.
role in it. I'm not gonna deny it, okay? I don't think they just
I think it's tricky. I think it's tricky in this scene when you have to consider people co-workers and friends at the same time. I think a healthier way of viewing it is to separate and have people be co-workers and then other people be friends, but not mix the two. Because trust me, when you mix the two, it can get a little difficult.
listen to what I have to say and change their entire opinion on you. To answer your question, yes, I've done it.
Why are you saying it like you're proud? That's crazy. This guy's crazy. Bro
Oh, this is fun.
Hey, listen, I feel like that's one of those things that you can like, it's one of those fun things you can kind of laugh about later on,
Should we do an opening shot?
Wait, you want me to drink now? I'm so nice and
You can be frustrated and pissed off at friends. Here's a great, I'm gonna give you guys a great dynamic, a tricky dynamic that streamers and creators have to deal with. I have seen friends in the streaming space do things to each other that are unacceptable, and that if it was any normal fucking friend group, you would either not fuck with that person anymore, like you would just absolutely not fuck with them anymore, or they would have to have a come to Jesus moment apology. However, in the streaming space, that tends to not happen because people have clout and have control over people's careers. Because it's like they are both it's like they're weirdly both your friend, but then also kind of your pseudo employer / connection in the streaming space. So full stop. And this is one of those things like a lot of creators won't talk about it, but no one, if any of them were pressed on this question, none of them would deny it. That there are things, and that they have seen it, there are things that people have done behind the scenes that are frankly unacceptable if it was in a friend group. If it was just friends or just people in how they interact day to day. But because there's that added layer of clout and viewership and connection, people get away with stuff. That's just the nature of it.
sober. Okay, cheers. I've eaten since breakfast, but okay. Well, do you want me to go first?
I know you're more comfortable when the other person goes first.
I don't like this, so I'm gonna go first. Who is your best friend?
I can't answer that question.
Why? You can have multiple best friends.
No, you can't.
Oh
I'm
my
not
God.
gonna have
I
this
watched
discussion.
yours
Yes.
and Yvonne's thing.
I believe there's only one true answer.
Do you have a best friend that you can think of, though? I have an easy answer.
What's his take for best friends? Because I feel like you can have you can have multiple best friends for like different aspects of your life, right?
For mine, Michael.
What the?
Shit. Why is Pokey still here?
And I think I do have an answer,
You have an answer?
Well, okay,
Thought
Michael's a
about it
cop
a
out.
lot.
Holy shit, who is it?
but I can't say it.
Wow, Trink. He's gonna die, guys. Guys, he's gonna die. He's lightweight.
You're not reading off that. You're hitting me with your prep questions, aren't you?
No, that comes later. What has been my biggest mistake as the founder of OTV?
Biggest mistake?
I think he's the founder.
You try to make everyone's opinion feel heard. And I don't think that's how you should run it. I think there are some opinions that matter more than most. And I think you just want everyone to be happy. But in my opinion, everyone's happiest when the org is doing well. So I think your whole kumbaya, we all matter, was a mistake.
I think
That's actually a real, that's super fucking, that's a good take. That's a great take. Hey, it's an org. You need to, there's probably a few people that you probably have to listen to more who are going to drive the org in a better direction and steer the ship better, right? You know? If you're on a ship, right? Like chat, say you're on a ship. Do you ask everyone on the ship where you should go? Or is that a decision made by the guy in the crow's nest, the lead navigator, and maybe the captain, right? And they're the ones who decide where to go. And then the rest of the ship, it's about making sure that the ship then goes that way. And, maybe the galley, they're in charge of feeding people to make sure that they can man the sail. I hope you like my ship analogy, but I'm on a boat. Exactly.
fair. I think that's valid.
What big streamer / content creator do you think is overrated?
That is such a mean question.
I
It's
know.
just hey, talk shit about someone.
I know, and I didn't put it in there. I want to make that very clear. I did not put that in there.
I think I will drink because I don't want to bring negative vibes. Because I used to talk so much shit about so much streamers, but
I wouldn't want the clip either.
I will refuse to answer that question.
Who is overrated? What if I just said someone and then just like didn't elaborate and like just talk like mad shit? Like what if I'm trying to like think like who could I say that'd be the most controversial? People like, what the fuck? What if I was like, yeah, you know what, guys? Foolish game. No, I'm just kidding. It's not foolish. The only good answer to that question is yourself. No, dude, I think Squeaks is underrated. Let me think. I actually do genuinely think Squeaks is underrated. I'll drink to that, actually. You know what? I don't want to shit. Listen, I don't want to shit talk. There is someone. You know what? I would just say this. I think the people who I think are overrated. I think a criteria for a streamer being overrated is this, chat. Their stream persona is incompatible with who they are in reality. And I don't mean like let me give you guys an example of someone who's like that, but in like a totally fine, like for example, and this is in a way that does not make them overrated. Like, for instance, I feel like when I watch like Ray's stream, Valkyrie, like she's like really high energy on stream and brings like a lot of like just absolutely insane energy. But I've also hung out with Ray off stream, and off stream she's like she's a bruh girl. She's just like, yo, what's up, man? Like she's chilling. She's way more like low key and vibey. That is totally fine. I think there's a lot of people who especially are much more high energy on stream than they are off stream. That's fine. The people I want to set that one up as that's not an example of someone being overrated just because they're different on stream or off stream. Where I think people are overrated is because the persona that they give on stream is incompatible and actually like, how do I say this? I think that like maybe it's this way. Their off-stream persona would break the illusion of their on-stream persona. For instance, if you're someone like, I think even I'm similar to this, maybe even similar like Valkyrie, where it's like, I have more energy on stream than I do off stream. Okay. It's like, oh, cool. You're like showing up for work. You're showing up to be more, or like trying to be more entertaining. Cool. That's fine. But that's not incompatible. But there are people where it's like, you off stream is genuinely breaks the illusion of what you present to people on stream in like a bad way. And in that case, they are overrated. And trust me, there are creators like that where I'm like, oh, if only your audience knew, it would just shatter any illusion. So, but because I haven't named any, hey, cheers, chat. Never meet your heroes, exactly.
Cheers.
Have you ever heard me having sex?
No, thank God. Never.
Okay.
Wait, what was this question?
Ever heard me having sex?
No, thank God. Never.
Okay. Okay. If you had to remove one person from OTV, who would it be?
Me.
Cop out answer, no. I don't
That's
accept that.
You don't. But like,
W leader, Skara. Well, have you? I have not heard Toast having sex, chat.
why would you not accept that answer?
I would say OTV lives and dies with you.
I think Soul maybe a little bit, but I think
No, I think Scar's answer is good there.
like content-wise and like other-wise,
If I was to remove one person from OTV, though, my choice would be I would choose Broden so that the org could crumble and so that I could hire Broden for projects for me. To be clear, I would choose Broden to destroy the entire org. Not because I think, like to be clear, he's probably one of the most pivotal people I just know taking Broden would destroy the org. And then I could hire him for projects.
I would come myself first. No bullshit.
That's fair. You can't say yourself.
I don't know. This one sucks. I'm gonna drink. I fucking can't.
That's a good one to drink for.
Here's a
I feel like my answer is also a cop out.
really simple one.
Okay.
How much money do you have? Like your net worth.
That's not that simple to answer. Okay, how much money I have in my net worth? Completely different questions. Which one are you asking?
Let's take in account of any property, any stocks, and any cash. Just those three.
Here's the thing, okay?
I could probably guess. I think I know the range. I think Pokey, in terms of, although here's the part that I don't know, because he only said cash, stock, and property, but I'm really curious about her equity. And I would say of stock, if we're just talking stock, cash, and property, I don't even know if she owns property. I think stock, cash, property, I think that's to the tune of 10 to 20. I have no idea what she has equity in, though. And she might have equity in some stuff that has done really well. Equity does not fall under stock. Right, chat? I don't think equity falls under stock. Equity is in like she like is actually a like holder of like certain, because it could be private equity, and it could be like businesses that are not public. Yeah, equity in companies. Yeah, like she could hold private equity in stuff. Like, right, like there's stock, your portfolios, your accounts versus, you know, for instance, there might be esports companies that she has some degree of equity. She probably has equity in OTV, et cetera. So
Your net worth is the sum of all your assets, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would consider
right, you know, maybe she owns a mercenary group.
myself, Pokimane, an asset. Perhaps a priceless one. So how can I calculate my net worth? You know what I mean?
Well, I gave the 3 very specific quantifiers for it.
I did it for you, Pokey.
I'll drink the sriracha. How am I gonna drink this?
Oh.
Chat, do I have to drink or can I give you guys a range? Because I also don't know. Like, I don't know my exact amount. Range? I've already told you. I've told you guys. I don't, in terms of all, well, the other thing is, like, I have some nebulous, like, I have like family. Oh, this is kind of, I have like there's like family stuff that I also don't know how much I have or don't have of like those properties or assets, but strictly that I have direct control over right now. Just shy of $1 million. That's the richest thing I've ever heard you say. Well, no, it's more like I just don't know. That's more of like, that's like rich white boy, like rich family shit. But also for my family's money, I might not see any of that, which is fine. I have family stuff. Yeah, not including inheritance of stuff How much of your assets are in anime figurines? Not enough, I'll tell you, not enough. But I mean, chat, I'm also literally including a like 401k that was set up for me when I started working at Riot Games, right? That has like $200,000 probably in it right now. From the 5-6 years I worked over, because I was matching 401k that I maxed out, and it now existed for like 10 years, right? Yeah. But I want to be clear. I mean, I don't have as much. I will say, of people in this video, I do not have a fraction of the money compared to the people in this video. So what's the most expensive thing you own? Probably either my computer or my hockey pads. I don't really own expensive things, is the other thing.
Oh, you are so brave.
That is
The pepper
insane.
is so good, but the pain is so bad.
Yeah, Poki's like, she's really white. I know we think she's Asian, but she's actually really white when it comes to spices.
When it comes to spices, asterisks. How much is your net worth, Mr. Disguised Toast?
I feel like Toast
Luckily,
would
I
actually
lost
say
2 million in esports, so that number's a lot smaller. How much is my net? Okay, how specific?
See, that's the thing is Toast has lost more on esports than I currently have in my net worth, you know? That's insane.
Do I need to be?
Real estate, plus stocks, plus liquid, plus if you have like a significant amount invested in DSG, you can count that.
5 million?
After losing 2? That's solid.
The Among Us and Facebook days were good to me.
Don't take this. I thought it was more. I genuinely thought it'd be more. But I mean, he did say he lost 2 million in esports.
If you could go back in time, would you get Da Vinci?
Okay. Ooh, good question.
I want you guys to know, I was over getting dinner with Lily and Michael. They invited me over. By the way, my rule is when I get dinner now with Lily and Michael, I don't ask them to go out to a place. I'm like, what do you guys want for food? And I'll go and bring it. Cause like, this is a new thing, by the way, chat. This is like Blau's life tips as an adult. Number 1, if you know the vibes of your friends, match the vibes of your friend. Lily just wants to stay in and chill and hashtag stay comfy. Michael wants to stay in and work on whatever crazy project he's working on. Every time I've gone over to hang out with him, Lily's always like PJs, hashtag stay comfy. Meanwhile, Michael is like in the garage doing some mad scientist shit every single time without fail, right? So my whole thing is like, they don't want to go out and fucking meet at a restaurant or like going out to dinner like normal fucking normie adults do. So I'm always like, yo, let's get dinner this week. And what I mean by that is I go over to their place and I bring them food. And if you can do that for your friends, they will love you. Find the vibe of what your friends, because some of your friends want to go out and want to go out to dinner. Some of them want to go out to drink and go crazy and drink. Some of them want to stay in and fucking, I don't know, play Mario Kart and get high. Match that vibe and your friends will love you. Anyways, when I go over, I'll just say this. I have never seen a dog as just locked in as Temmie and never seen a dog just so dumb as Da Vinci. Anyways. Blau, have you seen Steve's panic about not messaging you back? Yeah, I need to, that's another thing is I need to tell Steve that he needs to not panic. I do not care if he like dono walls me or ghosts me for a week. Cause like when I hang out with Steve or like when we like make plans for this, sometimes he just like completely papegas, forgets to message back. I don't care.
First, I was filled with lots of regret.
Is this Blau telling us that he's driving for Uber Eats now and accidentally delivered to Lily's house? Okay, found the Lily watcher. Fuck off, dude.
Second dog is really hard. Sometimes I see people giving up their pets and I'm like, oh, I see why. But then, even though he's fucked up, I'm very stubborn, kind of possessive. He's like my fuck up and I will own this fuck up and I will live with him for the rest of my life.
I believe that.
So probably not. No, he is my little fuck up and
I believe
love
that.
him. As much as I give him shit, he's good sometimes. He has really good moments. He has a yeast infection right now. It's killing me, but I'm doing it. I'm giving him baths every fucking other day. He's really good. See, he knows how to sit. He knows paw, but he doesn't know why he puts up his paw. You know what I mean? Like there's no reasoning or logic behind it, but he does it anyway. He's doing his best. It's not his fault. I should be a better owner. Yeah, I love him. Okay.
Have I ever hurt you in any way?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I don't think you'd ever do things that mean to hurt me, just as straight up. But like, I think it's the feeling. Like
I want to hear Scar's answer. I don't think Toast has ever hurt me, but I've always been low-key afraid of Toast. I talked to him a bit at EDC this year. I haven't told him, like, I don't really know Toast that well, but he's always intimidated me. But I don't have a good reason why. When I've actually talked to him, he was really, actually just, I talked to Toast at EDC in that random like 12 hours I was there. This is before we were at the festival, you know, before everyone's fucking, you know, slosh drinking or whatever else they're on, right? So it was a sober conversation. I was like, oh, this is actually a really nice conversation. So I don't know. He's never done anything bad to me, but
I passed you and I'm like, the vibes were off. There was at some point where your trust in me was lower than before. And I felt it. I don't know if it was something that's true or not, but it felt that way in conversations, in situations, and I felt bad. I think everyone has hurt me at one point in time, but I don't take it personally because I don't think they ever mean to.
What was the worst thing about living at the OTV house?
For me, I guess I'll say like a professional answer and a more personal one. From a professional perspective, the hardest thing for me is just like, you can hear everybody streaming all the time. And
That is
already
hard.
in the streaming profession, it's like, if you're not live, someone else is. But usually, at least you only see that on Twitch. But when you see it in person, you're like, I need to work, I need to go live too. So
Yeah,
that
I've heard a lot of
constant
people
pressure
complain
was
about that.
kind of exhausting, to be honest. From a personal perspective, oftentimes I felt a little disconnected from some of the people in the house. And of course, I wanted to connect more with them, but also different sleep schedules, different hobbies, different personalities, different everything. But because everyone's so close, you're kind of always reminded of that. This isn't so spicy. It's actually kind of sad.
that was a good. Okay, chat. I have to pee real quick. What is my? You guys get to decide what. Because I didn't live in the OTV. You guys have to decide my version of that question while I pee real quick. Was the hardest thing personally and professionally when you lived at your streaming house with Ray, Buddha, and with all of them? It was actually Ray, Buddha, and Tony. Or sorry, Buddha, Tony, and Myth. Oh, I actually think my answer to this is like, I think my answer is that I lived a lot of my life with roommates and with that like communal feeling. I think a lot of creators don't, like, if they haven't gone to college, didn't get that feeling. And so like streamer houses or creator houses are like a stand-in for that. I feel like I got my fill of that. I had 4 years living with the same people. We got into fights, arguments, there was drama, tea. We bonded through it. They literally became my family. I keep in touch with all of them. We have a group chat that we message in almost every single day to this day. There's 6 of us, including me total. But it's like I lived for 4 years with them. I also had some roommates out of college as well, just when I was living in the city. I think what I learned in living in like these communal spaces, is I just prefer my own space. I mean, it's also why, like, that's pretty obvious. I moved, like, come on. I have not gone back to the neighbor's place to stay there, right? Because I like my space here. I like having my own personal private space. That's just, it's pretty obvious. Like I have a lot, like for me, I'm someone where I like to have my own personal and private space because I have a lot of routines that I like to have the space for. And then I'll go out and meet people. And I like to be a little bit more intentional with when I go out and hang out with people. As opposed to, I feel like a lot of people kind of take that stuff then for granted if you're only like hanging out with people out of convenience.
What do you think about my voice acting career?
What do I think? Well, I'm not too familiar. I think
I genuinely, I'll answer for Toast. I actually think it's awesome. As much as I'd love to shit talk Lily, and I genuinely do wish I could shit talk Lily more. I wish I could bully her. I would actually not pull punches and I would genuinely try to be mean to her after what she's done to me. But I actually think it's one of the coolest things she's done. I think for me, as a genuine thing, I like watching a lot of my friends and other creators go and do something new instead of like, instead of like putting on like the 14th season of the same TV show. I like when someone starts like a new project and does something new. And to me, like Lily's like voice acting career is such a cool thing that she's doing.
admire your voice acting career a lot, like how you put yourself out there, how you know that's what you want. And sometimes like it can be hard because I know you're talking because all the jobs go to Seth Rogen, you know, and Chris Pratt.
And Aquafina.
And Aquafina, and not people who, you know, are from the industry. I think for me, you often
Lily also
sometimes
generally
have
has a great
trouble
voice for it.
vocalizing what you want because it's hard to say, I want that, right? Because like if you fail, then you look like a fool. But with voice acting, it's like the one thing that I hear you say, I want that. And when it doesn't work out, you'll say, that made me sad, which I feel like just shows how much it means to you that you're okay taking those risks. And when it doesn't pan out, you can recognize, oh, that really sucked.
Yeah.
I really wanted
I feel like it's more important
What
to
do
her
you
than
think
streaming.
is my biggest flaw?
Your biggest flaw is that when you play games, it's hard for you to gracefully take an L.
I don't take them at all.
There it is. There it is.
So true. Here's the thing. I low-key didn't want to ask this question because there is nothing you can say that I don't already know about myself. My flaws, I'm very competitive. I'm sometimes too ambitious. I optimize too much. And sometimes those things take priority over consideration of other things. As I become more cognizant of these things, I feel like I've learned to balance.
If I was okay, I'm gonna give you guys a soul read on like I could drink to this. I'm gonna give you guys a soul read on Poki's biggest flaw. It sucks. It's like it's a flaw that she shouldn't have, but and you know what? It might not even be a flaw. It might be one of those things where it's like, hey, you know what? You're just kind of living and existing. I think what I would say is I think given the kind of like scrutiny and like basically unfair lens in which people have judged Poki for various things, I think I don't know, maybe, but then again, maybe she doesn't fucking care. I would say that like sometimes the things she says, like, I don't know how do I best explain this? I think she's too cavalier in some of the things she says, given the amount of scrutiny she faces because she's Pokimane. But that being said, that might not even be a flaw because it's like in a vacuum, do I think she ever says anything that bad? No. It's more like, I don't know. It's more like I'm sometimes I'm just like, bro, like, you know, like people are coming after you for any, like even the smallest thing. But hey, maybe at some point it's just exhausting and she just doesn't care anymore. Because maybe at some point it's like, even if she doesn't, like I've even seen where even if she doesn't do anything, it's like she just breathes some air and people still come after her. So she does jump to misogyny immediately when she, okay, I have a hot take though. If you think that she jumps to misogyny whenever she gets criticized, my counter take is the nature of criticism to Pokimane is based on misogyny. Full stop. And what I mean by that is people will find something that they can criticize about Poki, and the manner in which they criticize her is not based on anything based in misogyny. So like Poki will do something, get criticized for it, and it's like the nature of that criticism was not misogynistic. The extent of the criticism and the amount of, it's not that they turned on the temperature to criticize her. It's the extent of the temperature, that the heat that they turned up was based on misogyny. 100%. It should like that. I have seen things that she has gotten criticized for, and I'm like, there just can be no other explanation. Where I'm like, that you are criticizing her is not based in misogyny. The extent to which you are criticizing her has to be. That's my hot take. Anyways, Sin576, thanks for the 33 months.
I'm a lot better. Not perfectly, but a lot better.
Because like we all have to take L's when we play games. Unfortunately, that's the reality of it.
Her biggest flaw is that she sometimes comes off as unauthentic. I truly think she is sincere. She has a voice, laugh, and manners that people see as fake. Oh, yeah. You know what? sometimes Pokey does have like some mannerisms that appear fake. So maybe that's a flaw that she could work on, because I will say this. When I went through in my career as a creator, when I went through a very hard time, one of the people who was genuinely authentic and sincere and looked out for me was Pokey. It's of a story I maybe will tell at one point much later on in the future, but it's from a time that happened a while back, and of people that were genuinely, sincerely like there for me. Pokey was without like any reason to be. Like, I'm not fucking glad. She has no reason to do that. We weren't like, we're friends, but I wouldn't even necessarily say we were that close. But I think she did that just because she was a genuinely, sincerely nice person. And I literally took a mental note of that as, oh, like you're behind the scene. And I've never even shared this story with anyone, but also horrible time to pause. But I mean, listen, that's one of those things where it's like there were no cameras watching. It's for some fucking loser GTA cringe streamer Blau. Like that, she wasn't gonna get that. She wasn't winning any clout awards, any other awards with anyone. It was a behind the scenes kind of thing, and she was like genuinely a nice and sincere person, and that stuck with me as like, oh, okay, you're like actually a normal fucking person.
Especially in the houses where 5 of us gotta lose and 5 of us gotta win.
I lost because my team. What can I say?
What is the most frustrating or regretful opportunity you've ever turned down?
2 things related to platforms. I wonder how my life would have been if I was on Twitch when Among Us blew up. Like when I think about Ninja and Fortnite, like perfect time, perfect game. And I think about Among Us, COVID, and being the Among Us guy.
You're the guy.
But I was on Facebook instead of Twitch. I wonder what my ceiling would have been. The other one is I had a YouTube deal after Facebook. I don't know if I should have taken it, but it would have been like another bag I could have just coasted off. But I wanted to go back to Twitch and work hard, but I didn't even work hard. So I think I maybe should have taken the YouTube bag.
But you're not doing that bad for yourself financially, right? You're chilling?
I'm chilling. At the end of the day, I'm like wealthier than like 99.9% of the population. I'm very grateful.
0.999.
Yes.
I love that Scara added that in there. Like, I'm pretty sure in the United States, if you're like late 20s, early 30s, and you don't have debt, you're like doing really well. And then when you compare that to like the global population, right? Like,
I think about my lost sources of revenue.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't think the YouTube thing would have been that big of a deal. I do think of people who should have stayed on Twitch. I mean, I think he's right there that like that is a crazy like coulda, woulda, shoulda. Like if he was on Twitch during, like knowing that he was the Among Us guy and how big Among Us was on Twitch, damn, that could have been crazy.
When was the last time you cried?
Me and Lily went to EDC together, and I didn't have a great time.
Understatement of the year.
And me and Lily shared a room.
Wait, can I tell them?
Okay, but be nice.
He was really sad. He was spiraling. And I was comforting him, and he did shed a few tears.
A lot. I think it's the hardest I've ever cried in like the last 5 years.
It was really sad. No, it was really, really sad.
Yeah, I had to ask Lily, hey, can you sit next to me and hold my hand? And I never asked for shit.
Chat, I want you to know sincerely from the bottom of my heart that if I ever find myself in a spot where I have to cry and ask Lily to hold my hand, I will just kill myself. That's where, like, listen, that's where I'm just ending it. I'm going up to the fucking 17th floor and I'm just ending it. Okay, like that's just, I can't sink lower than that. If I'm ever crying and asking to hold Lily's hand, I'm ending it all. Okay, I know we're not supposed to make suicide jokes. That's not a fucking joke. That's a promise. Okay, there you go. I'm kidding.
shit.
Never.
And that was like, yeah, no, I can't get through this like horrible
That's a dark place, Toast. I feel so bad for you. Holy shit.
state I'm in.
You were asking some really sad questions. Do you
Not even that he was crying or in a sad, dark place, but a sad, dark place with Lily as your comfort is...
remember? Why are you even my friend?
Okay, you know what? I'll just say this. I feel like I can't just... like, this is why I hate this. It's like I can make these jokes about Lily, but then I have to be genuine and sincere. If I was to pick a person where I'm actually in a really sad, dark place, if I was to pick a friend, and I'm not talking about like my friends from college, right? If I was to pick a friend in the streaming space, where if I was in a sad, dark place, who would I actually want there to comfort me? Lily would actually probably be like top of the list. There you go. Fuck off, Lily. I hate that. Also, one of the reasons why is because I have been in a sad, dark place, and Lily was there for me. And what makes it funny is that I kid you not, chat. I was in a really bad spot at one point, and Lily was there for me. She does not stop roasting me. If you think that it's like she even for a minute is then just like nice to me and genuine and sincere, but I think it like keeps things normal. Lets me know that like, oh, okay, like the sun will still rise tomorrow kind of vibe. Lily will still roast me even when I'm in my feels.
And what is there to like about me? Like really, really sad stuff.
Yeah, like I'm just glad you were there.
You know what? That's like W friend Lily. Because I wish I could shit talk her more.
Uh-oh.
I'm just gonna read off this. Was Mina cookies a mistake?
Ooh.
Maybe a better question is like, what was the biggest mistake?
I want to say the biggest mistake was maybe not having someone else on the team that was like really looking through every single detail with the lens and optics of my brand and
Yes. What a fucking good answer. This is actually what I was talking about earlier. Chat, this is actually what I was talking about earlier. I feel like Mina Cookies is not a mistake if 90% of fucking creators go and do it, but like when it's Pokey, there is an extra level of scrutiny that is applied, and like she has to literally be like, it has to be just airtight, flawless, nothing you can criticize. That is an amazing bit of retrospection from her here. Amazing.
platform in mind. But on the other hand, I think there were people on the team who were doing their best. So when I say that, I feel like I'm discounting them and I don't mean to. But yeah, I think the biggest mistake was just that there were things that I did not know that were happening that also no one knew to tell me or knew would turn into some controversy or what have you.
Right. I mean, it's like one of those things where you're launching cookies and you don't think, how could me launching cookies go bad? And what's funny is I think if you're Pokey, you actually have to, like, it sucks. Again, I say this isn't like, this is what they should have done, but I'm saying it, like, I'm not saying this is how it should be for her. It's not fair, but it's the reality of like the world. Like, Pokey is basically the lightning rod for like the male gaming space to like shit talk women. Like, that's just the reality. Like, she is literally that lightning rod. And so I think she has to, like, it sucks, but like, yeah, you would have to go like, okay, we're launching these cookies. How are like the least charitable people going to react to this? And you have to go through that exercise to be like, oh, yeah, maybe the price is high. Oh, wait, they could just say these are just repackaged of this cookie. You're like, it sucks, but that's what they would have had to do.
If I'm going to promote a product as my own, or as I made this someday in the future, I don't know, I would want to literally know everything about it. I'd be in the lab like this. I will hand make it myself, you know?
If you could change,
Wait, okay, I have to, what is my version of this question? Because we still have to play along. These are very specific ones, though. I didn't know they were going to ask this specific. What was the question?
glad you were there.
Uh-oh.
I'm just gonna read off this.
Okay.
Was mine
What is, okay, chat, what's my version of this for whether something was a mistake or not? Oh, you never said the last time you cried either? the last time I cried? Oh, I actually did cry tears of joy when I got my hockey gear. Was the haircut a mistake now that you look back at it? Okay, that one's not fair. That was an actual W crying. Was working at Riot? No, I feel like working at Riot, like you guys are asking like a lot of ones that I don't feel like are good. Like working at Riot, I wouldn't consider a mistake at all. Right? I feel like these aren't even spicy ones. We don't ask that. We can't. The haircut one, obviously. You guys got to give me one that's like more like spicy. Mishka, thanks for the 46 months. What's like a piece of content or a product or something that I've dropped, and whether or not it was a mistake or not? Leaving Chain Gang for the Lean Boys. Or was leaving Chain Gang a mistake? No. And by the way, I love those guys. They're great. They do great content. Very different vibes though from what I like to do. I mean, even so insofar as like I'm not like someone who's like strictly wants to just do GTA roleplay, which I think that's totally fine. Is there anyone in GTA roleplay that you regret doing content with? I will drink to that and I'll say absolutely. Absolutely, there's someone in GTA roleplay that I 100% regret doing content with. I will not name them, but cheers to that. I think we know. You guys do not know who. Chat, you literally do not know who. There's no way you would know. It's Dimoke. It's not Dimoke. There's no way you guys would guess it. I just told you. And if you think it's like someone from Chang, like if you think it's like Kevin, dude. For instance, if someone's like, oh, it's got to be Kevin. No, dude, Kevin. Listen, I have been at odds at times in my roleplay career with Kevin. Oh, you guys can guess. Sure, go ahead. But it's not Kevin. You were thinking rated? Worse than no. More regret than that, for sure. January Foos, no. April Foos? Fuck no. No. Max was black, no. Oh, someone said Kirk. I did see that drama. Okay, that one. I will say that I don't know if you guys have followed that with like the Theo stuff. I do actually have a take on it. We can pause this for a sec. I don't want to like necessarily pull it up. Oh, hot take alert. Okay. No, I actually don't think this is I don't think it's a hot take. I want to be really clear with my take on it though, which is this. I think that especially women in GTA roleplay face a lot of really fucking weird shit, both in character and OOC. I think we should encourage that if women in the especially in these roleplay servers, should definitely feel empowered to go and speak up about guys DMing them weird things, whether it's holding dynamics from in-character stuff over them OOC or whatever. I 100%, I think it happens a lot more than we see because a lot of women are, don't want to speak up about it. It's like a scary thing to speak up about. If you are a woman in the roleplay space, I encourage you to like, and again, it's like, I can't be like, oh, like if it ever is weird or something, like let me know and I can let the right people know. You might not know me. You might not be comfortable talking to me. I would open up my ears because I can speak to people in No Pixel staff and can help. But more importantly, don't talk to me. You probably want to talk to another woman, right? I guarantee that the one that I can always point to is Nikita, right? If there is something weird going on, I genuinely, I will stand by that Nikita as No Pixel admin and as someone who wants to. And I can't speak for other servers though, right? But at least for No Pixel, I trust Nikita as a really good source and who has actively done so much to try to make it a better and safer space for women. Message her. So I want to start off by saying that with regards to like the Theo stuff, I don't think that was a public thing. I think that was a drama that should have stayed in the DMs. That's yeah, I think that was not. I think that was like a. I think it was good that Theo took accountability and stuff for that, but that seemed like something they probably should have resolved that behind the scenes. That was kind of like a bizarre thing to, I don't know. At least, and again, I say I think that I'm not like fully 100% on that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know maybe I don't know the full context of everything, but at least having seen like some things, it seemed like that should have probably been resolved in private. But and again, I say that though, but then in the same breath also think that it is totally fine to especially hold men accountable if they're sending fucking weird DMs and shit like that. I think that is totally fine. And again, I champion people like Nikita who are good resources in the No Pixel GTA roleplay streaming space. Sorry. Side topic. That was just on my mind a little bit. And again, listen, by the way, I want to be very clear. I say this as a fucking guy who doesn't, so don't take my word for it. You know what? I would say this as the final part of this take. Don't listen to fucking me. Listen to the women and how they want to handle things like this. They probably have better takes on this than me. There you go. Because again, to be clear, a lot of weird shit happens in the roleplay scenes, especially as it pertains to women. Listen to them. Yada yada. All right. Spicy stream today, chat. Well, this just got real heavy. Hey, welcome to the stream, everyone. What's up, Artificial? What's up, Artificial Amateur?
To promote a that also no one knew to tell me or knew would turn into some controversy or what have you. If I'm going to promote a product as my own or as I made this someday in the future, I don't know, I would want to literally know everything about it. I'd be in the lab like this. I will hand make it myself, you know?
If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
Oh, I don't think I would change much. It's weird, like outside of like, I don't know, I'd work out earlier in life. Aside from that, maybe care.
I would change my flexibility and give myself the ability to do the splits or a BBL.
About my finances more earlier because I never cared about my finances. For me, money is just, it's like an invisible product that like kind of exists to spend on when I travel and on food for my friends and myself. I think aside from that really selfish stance, if I was a better communicator earlier, I definitely think a lot of my problems came from just not talking to people. And I think that a way to have a little bit more nuance with my statements and empathize a little bit better would have been very helpful earlier in my life.
Dude, that has got to be one of the like highest EQ statements. Instead of being like, well, I wish I was richer, like, oh, I wish I was more flexible for playing hockey, right? Be able to like, I wish I could communicate my feelings better to people. Wow, that'd be
Rather than
fucking
me
take.
just being like, yo, this shit happened. Sorry, man.
Have you ever thought of me romantically? This is crazy. Who wrote this? Answer a drink.
On my life, chat. On my life. The day, just like the day that I am sitting there and I'm crying and I have to ask Lily to hold her hand. Just like that day is the day I'd kill myself. The day that I think of Lily romantically is the day I will kill myself. There you go. Oh, I'm climbing up the building and I'm ending it all. I'm done. Not that she's not pretty. Listen, you know what? Sorry, that sounds mean. Now I'm feeling kind of mean. Why would I care that I'm being mean to Lily? Lily, I'll say this. Lily is a Blau will now have an intrusive dream. Yeah, like what does that dream look like? Where like, does my dream look like all of a sudden like I'm in a dream and all of a sudden I'm like on a date and I'm with Lily and then like in the dream I'm like fuck, just jump off the fucking building. No, Lily is okay. Lily is very pretty, wonderful, very pretty person. I literally cannot think of her romantically. There's just not it's just not a thing I could do. I think if I did, I would lose all self-respect for myself after the rap battle. Like I can't view her that way. Blau has a lot of conditions that lead to him killing himself. Yeah, and a lot of them are related to Lily, I've realized.
Not serious. And I have thought of that. Okay.
Have you ever thought of Poki romantically? No.
What would it be like if me and her dated?
But you probably think about that with like every girl that breathes, right?
No,
probably.
No.
Everyone in your vicinity, you probably think about this, right?
No. Okay, you know what?
Is that about with Poki?
I'm gonna get you back with this one very easily. I have thought, like briefly, like, I wonder what life would be like if.
Here's the problem. Chat keeps now asking and giving people names, and now I feel like if I don't answer those names, it's gonna sound like the answer is yes. Or you guys are gonna say a name, and then it's like if I don't answer, I have to drink for it. Like someone was like, Ray. Nope. I've actually never thought of Ray that way. I like with some people, like just the dynamics were just not that like Toast. Now Toast I've thought of that way. Now Michael. No. A Buddha. Wow. Wait a minute. Now wait a minute. I'll answer this. I have thought of other creators in a romantic way. There you go. Just not Lily or Toast. Again, if I'm in a sad, dark place and I'm crying and Lily's the one there for me, or if I ever think about Lily romantically, I'm fucking killing myself. So thank you. There you go. Cop out answer? What?
Me and Lily dated.
I
it would not.
I already gave you guys more answers than what you were asking for.
Be good.
I agree with you. I think you would get on my nerves.
What do you think would be the worst thing about it?
I feel like our communication would just crumble. Like stubbornness, pride, and bits and pieces from what I've observed.
Okay, I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole. I feel like if me and Lily dated, don't ever send this to her. If me and Lily dated, you guys know that couple where like they tease each other a bunch and like are always kind of like bantering with. I feel like it would be that, but just the entire time. Like that would be it. Like there would never be a sincere moment of there would never be a sincere moment of love. or anything like that. Like it would like, even in those moments where like there should be a point of like sincerity, like I could see her. She's like the mother of my child right there. I'd be like, oh, thank God that kid doesn't look like your ugly ass. You know what I mean? Like it would, the entire relationship. It's like, I think a good bit of teasing and banter is good in a relationship. Sometimes some of the best relationships are with that best friend where you do tease. Like look at how Lily and Michael, it's like they have a good banter relationship with each other, and it's a good percentage. That would be the entire relationship would be a roast based, like hatred fueled relationship. Turn said Lily just inexplicably threw up and has no idea. Well, no, I'm going down the rabbit hole of what they were talking about.
Relationships too.
Yeah, I wouldn't put up with your shit either.
Okay, well, we're on the same page with that.
Since you want to ask such...
Do you have a favorite content creator couple, and why is it Lily and Michael? I literally just watched them do dude, they did an ad read. They did an ad for the Razer Kraken Kitty headset, and it was probably it was not only the funniest ad I've seen, it was actually one of the funniest TikToks I've seen. Someone needs to find it and link it.
I shuffled the cards and I'm reading every single card right now. You know that, right? I'm not picking and choosing like you are.
Did you ever have a crush on me?
I think at one point, but this was like before Albert. And then I got together with Albert and it died.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
I cheated on me, but it's all good. Can I just drink? Can I just drink for fun?
So what was it about me that drew... Before we move on, just want to let you guys know you can check out the bonus Patreon section where I play Truth or Drink with Broden, and we talk a lot about juicy stuff. So juicy that we can't put it in the main video. Check it out.
I didn't put this in there, by the way.
Once again, OfflineTV editors, thank you for putting in the Outside Island song from Wind Waker, goated song.
Why do you think I'm single?
Why do I think you're single? Okay, let me think. I don't want to say you have high standards. I don't think your standards are that
Well, let's hear Toast. I need to hear Toast before I give an answer.
crazy. I've seen you date a few guys, and they're all great in some ways, but not like every single way. You want someone who's emotionally mature, but also with a touch of like that masculine confidence, the ability to say no, to know what they want. And that's really hard to find. That's really hard to find a guy who can do both, because masculine, confident people, they just stay confident, don't need that much self-reflection. And the emotional, mature guys, they're like so in tune, and they're like, nah, like, oh, what do you want, honey? Whatever you want to eat, we'll eat. And it's like, bro, have a backbone. So I think that.
I feel like Toast is just describing like the standards of women in general, where it's like, oh my God, I want a guy who's like in tune with his emotions and does what I want, but also will make decisions and lead for me, but also does this. I once read something really good, chat, which is that oftentimes you should not actually look for a partner that checks a bunch of boxes of things you want. Like at the end of the day, you should choose someone who you just enjoy hanging out with. And if they don't, they're not gonna. There's no one. I've learned as I've grown up, there's like rarely like that one single person that completes everything for you. It's typically that you'll have friends. You know, I have friends that I talk about. I talk about politics more with my friends than with some of my friends, like my friends from Chicago, than I would on stream, because I can trust in them to have like I can trust in them that we can like make mistakes or like not be sure of like certain political things or spicy values-based things, that we can be vulnerable and like let each other be corrected on that in a way that I would not talk about that on stream, because I know I'll just get fucking canceled 9 ways to Sunday for even asking some of those questions, right? Likewise, I have some of my friends where those are my friends that I talk about random nature shit with. Bruh80 said, yo, off-brand Ludwig. I am not an off-brand. Fuck, am I off-brand Ludwig? Fuck. Mods ban them. It's Ludwig at home. Fuck. Dollar store Ludwig. Anyways, why is Pokey single? I would bet that Pokey also struggles from Pokey might struggle from an issue that that this is like it's not like unique to Pokey. It's actually a phenomenon unique to a lot of women, which is and not like a lot of this is a real phenomenon where very hyper successful women struggle to date. Full stop. That's like it's basically because their pool of partners is going to be low, and then you add in another factor, which is there's a substantial number of guys that just will not date like a woman that's more successful than them or has more money than them. Bruh 80 said, take off the hat. You're not pulling any. Okay. I took off my hat. Is this the day I get one guy, chat? Anyways, but this is a common phenomenon. Bruh 80 said, good boy. Oh, wait, that's really nice. Good boy. Oh, that's what your mom says to me after I suck her titties for like 10 minutes. Thanks, man. Anyways, no, so I think this it's a phenomenon that's also happened with like women when they have PhDs. Super common. So yeah. It's basically I think there's a study on this, right, chat, where it's like women with PhDs. Fuck it, hold on, let's look this up real quick. Or it's like a higher amount of education for women. Yeah. Yeah, it's like there's a whole like dating gap issue with this. I don't know. I didn't find the study I wanted to immediately, but basically more like more successful women can like it actually like they struggle with finding partners. So I mean, I could see that with Pokey where it's like, yeah, like she is so successful that the number of like guys available to date her is going to be difficult. Where it's like, even if she wanted to date down, like date someone who's not as financially successful as her, then like, you know, those guys then might not be comfortable dating her for whatever reason, right? Anyways, that's probably my reason.
That's why you're single. You want a guy who can do both, and you have a lot of security and confidence in yourself that you're not gonna let a guy kind of treat you not so well. Like, I think you'd be great with a Timothée Chalamet.
I thought of that!
He's not like macho or anything. He's not like
Seems like a very confident dude.
Confident guy and funny, right?
Dude, you would make a good matchmaker. That was spot on.
Guys like us.
Okay, I feel like that's kind of unfair though. Like, why? Oh, I'm sorry. You'd be good with a Timothée Chalamet. Yeah, bitch. I'd be good. I'd be good with fucking Zendaya. Like, what the fuck? I feel like every girl would be good with a Timothée Chalamet. It's Timothée Chalamet.
Rare. What can I say?
Like us is crazy. Like us is crazy.
Who's the last person you had sex with?
Oh, why is that in there? I'm gonna drink for that.
Yeah, we know I don't have sex, but hey, cheers to that one. I'd be a spicy answer. I'm just kidding. Listen, chat, I just don't want to dox your mom. I'm gonna be honest. Or who is that one chatter? What was their name? Bruh 80. I don't want to dox their mom. I don't like doxing.
My dog.
Next one. Is there something that I've done that made you question my integrity or values?
Ooh, integrity, huh? No, I would say if anything, you're someone who stands by their integrity and values.
As much as I'd like to shit talk, once again, as much as I'd like to shit talk Lily and say horrible and awful things about Lily, Lily has very good integrity and very good values. I cannot say the same of everyone I've met in my life. There are many people I think have horrible integrity and horrible values. Lily is not one of them. She has very good integrity, very good values.
Pretty well. I think you have a lot of self-awareness. Like there would be times where
Wow, have you ever compromised your integrity and values? Yes. I have strongly compromised my integrity and values, but it's a trade-off for the sake of keeping peace. If that makes sense. It's more of a like, hey, I just don't want to deal with like at what point is it worth standing on your values and your integrity versus like just keeping some peace, you know? Was it worth it? There was a time where I should have just stood on my integrity and values. I didn't then, and I can't now. And like, or like, if I could go back and have done it then, sure. But I mean, I think we all would argue that, right? Exactly. At what point does dying on a hill just mean dying?
like you're kissing the ass of someone who's like a very big producer in the voice acting scene, and you were like, yeah, I'm gonna kiss this guy's ass. You don't try and like justify, you don't try and paint it as some kind of like nobility thing. I don't think you've ever compromised on your values, but okay, I talk shit about a lot of people, you know this, and I talk shit about people to you. And one time we were beefing, you know, we had a big beef. And
Was that the beef?
The
Like
beef, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
And this one person was standing up for me, right? And then you hit them with the, hey, but you know what he said about you? Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, that's a low blow, because I told you that in confidence.
Okay, fair. We were beefing.
We were beefing, so yeah.
That's like a legendary beef.
That was a legendary, we can talk about that legendary beef.
I don't want to, because I don't remember why I was upset.
What
I want to know
is
the
my
beef.
worst quality?
Your worst quality. It's your worst quality, but it hurts you more than anyone else. And it's your inability to talk about your feelings sometimes. And it sucks because like your friends would love to hear about your feelings.
Classic guy problem.
Because, you know, that's the pathway to connectivity. But also, at the end of the day, everyone else will be okay not hearing about your feelings, but you're the one who needs to hear and talk about them the most, more than anyone else. You're preventing yourself from being more connected to others. I do feel like that has improved with time though, so I have faith in you.
That's something I'm working on.
I'm proud of you.
What's your biggest regret?
Chad, what's my listen? A genuine worst quality. A genuine worst quality. I think if I get wronged, I don't stand up for myself fast enough and let it brew resentment as opposed to just calling it out and standing on business in my personal life. Someone in chat also said MILFs. That's also a weakness. I was also going to say high glove when I'm playing goalie, also a weakness.
From the last year, man.
Not taking care of myself and prioritizing myself. I think I was always so
Consistent fence sitter. Fair enough.
aware of what other
I actually would counter. I'll counter this. I think for as much as I get criticized as being a consistent fence sitter, I think not enough people fence sit and they dogmatically cling to one side without ever challenging the beliefs or even trying to see the other side's perspective to help them even understand their own side. So I will stand by that. I don't think enough people, I'm not saying you have to fence it, but you need to look over on the other side. And way too many people don't even stand up and look over the fence.
people needed that I never.
Blood sugar is also a weakness. That's fair enough.
Last this year, man?
Not taking care of myself and prioritizing myself. I think I was always
This is
so
such a
what other
deep
people
video.
needed
What the fuck?
that I never really stopped to think what I needed and my boundaries with people, and I just gave and sacrificed, but then not in an unhealthy way where I started building up resentment against people of like, I'm doing all of this for you and it doesn't feel like you're appreciating it, and it's making me like think negatively of you, where I could have just been in a
Real
place
talk
where
is
I
the only
was
talk that matters. I like
prioritizing
it. Yeah.
myself so that I can freely give.
No, I think this
without
is great.
expectation of returns.
A very serious and mature answer.
Yeah.
Feels very chill.
If you could live your life again with your current memory, what would you change?
Yeah, besides the obvious, win the lottery, buy the right
Buy
stocks.
Bitcoin.
I would want to keep things mostly the same because I very much value the people in my life, and I don't want to go back like 20 years and step on a butterfly and change my life. I would try and recreate all the friendships I have now.
It's a really long road ahead. Do you remember our friendship?
Yeah, I remember our friendship. I remember like meeting at a wedding and being really good at mafia.
Right, and you impressed everyone, remember?
Yeah.
We were so impressed by you. I have to tell the camera, I had no idea who this guy was.
I had more viewers than anyone
I
there.
had no
by
idea.
the
They
way.
were
I
like,
was
this guy's toes.
averaging
Hearthstone.
10,000.
That was my first time ever hearing about you.
And then we played Mafia.
Yeah, and everyone was like, oh, you're so smart. Wow, look at him, right? Yeah.
And then that's when Lily got a crush on me.
That's crazy.
This might not just be tea, this is alcohol in your mouth, okay?
Okay.
What's the worst thing you've said about me behind my back?
Oh man, there's just so much. The worst thing I said about your back. Nothing really comes to mind.
Surely.
I don't think I've said anything bad about Pokey behind her back. Maybe I have. Have I? Fuck Pokey. I'll just, you know what? I'll just say it in person, dude. Pokey sucked.
Surely.
There are moments, I definitely remember like
Who knows what I've said.
really frustrated moments with you. Yeah, I'll drink it, but I'll tell you off camera.
Ooh, I like that.
Just a couple.
You know, I've been hearing rumors about
That was
this.
a good one.
When do you plan to retire?
I don't think I'll ever full retire. I think I'll always be making content.
Uh-huh.
But retire from LA, I think one more year. I think I got one more year in me.
You got another 2018?
I got another 2018 in me, yeah.
Okay. This guy talks about 2018 LeBron a lot right now.
Yeah.
He's got one more of those seasons. Okay.
Got
no,
one
I'll
more.
take that.
I think I am actually in the same lens. I think, chat, I will probably always create content and always do like streams or some degree of videos. Like I'll always probably create content. I think the nature of the content is going to change. I'm eventually not going to be fucking chasing whatever Twitch trends are going on, you know, and shit like that. And it's going to be way more like, I want my content to like eventually age with my audience, if that makes sense.
Have you ever considered going to therapy?
My first session is tomorrow.
Oh my God. That's good.
And I look for a guy specifically.
Oh, what's wrong with girls, huh?
I think one of the things I actually lack is a lot of male presence in my life because I'm not
I think it's totally fine if you're like specifically need male presence.
close with my dad. I'm very close with my mom and sister.
Yes, your mom and
some of
sister
my
are lovely.
best friends are girls. I've dated girls.
Oh, we know. Sorry, that was really aggressive. Oh, we know.
I want to say I
Captain
understand
Cobalt,
women.
thanks for the 5
Can
gifted.
You need to stop.
I think a guy would help me understand my own feelings better because I feel like I had enough close female relationships at this point. I think some male
Damn. Thanks for the
perspective
5.
can help me feel more understood and I'm not. Because like sometimes girls just don't get what guys are going through and vice versa, which makes me feel frustrated and then start being resentful. And it's unfair to like the girl that I'm seeing. So
That's why I just watch Andrew Tate to get a good idea of male perspectives.
I actually chose a male therapist for that reason.
Okay, fair.
What's your fondest memory of us? I'm gonna cry already.
We were at Joshua Tree
Yeah.
Park.
Hosted by Michael. Michael would.
Oh yeah, we did it.
Something like that.
Oh, you're right.
Yep,
I remember
that's
thinking,
why.
Why am I here? Oh right, Michael wants to come here.
Exactly.
And he never asked for anything.
Exactly. So if he asks, you're gonna go.
We climbed this big rock, and I have a fear of heights. And we're climbing back down, and I got stuck. And you already got off the rock, so you're under me, and you were the person in front of me, and you turn around, it's like, hey, I'll help you down. And you put your hand out and essentially allowed me to step on your hand to help me safely get down comfortably.
It's a metaphor for something.
When that happened, I was like, man, I wish everyone could see you do that. Because that was like, there's no camera, there's no anything, and you just did that for me, and it meant a lot to me.
Like I said, I think Pokey's like genuinely good person.
I said,
was
what's your
really
fondest
sweet.
memory? You said, that time you let me step on you.
Like, wow, Pokimane is letting me step on her hand right now.
No, that's really sweet because it's not even about the action. You felt some type of way about it because you wished others could see me in that light too. In some way, I feel like that means you wish me well. That's really nice.
At the core of it, you're just like really a normal girl who's trying to live her life. And yeah, you're popular, you're a streamer, but like when the camera's off, like you don't act any different. And I wish people
I feel like that's actually the same, like very similar vibes to the story I told earlier.
saw that.
Thanks.
You
Why
have to
is it such a
fire one member
heart-falling-
of our crew,
Of our production?
of our staff, yes. Who would it be?
The worst thing is the production wrote this question.
Yeah, man. If we answer,
She's just a girl.
They can't even be mad.
I mean, they can be mad. I think we got 3 production staff
I feel like the easiest thing, probably whoever is just most recently hired. Probably. Sorry.
right here. I need a drink, man. I was gonna say Lauren though, because I saw that. Oh, here, let me explain the reasoning. I saw her YouTube video. Do you remember what it was?
She ate bath bombs.
I think she's wasting her talent. Like, I think she's wasting her talent. She has the X factor. She should chase her dreams.
What's your biggest regret with offline TV?
Oh, I think the way I was over the last couple of years was very hands-off and not in a strong leadership role. I kind of just like fell asleep at the wheel and didn't want to like make any decisions and just kind of went with the flow. And I think that really negatively impacted offline TV.
What is your biggest regret in streaming? Hey, cheers to that, chat. I'll drink to that one.
Success, because I think with you leaving the org, the star power of offline TV went down a lot. And you know, Michael is great, but he's kind of like he's a wild child, right?
He's doing his own thing.
Doing
Michael
his
is a
own thing,
wild
and
child.
We love that. That's what.
Yes, and when he shows up, we're like, wow.
Which kind of left me being the guy who could steer the ship, but I didn't. And I regret that very much because I think
Why is
everyone
this
kinda
episode
suffered
so-
because of it.
Where's
But I
the
don't
s-
blame myself too much because
There's not like spicy parasocial drama. This is just like a giant healing episode of reflection. What is this healthy episode? What
not
is
my
this?
responsibility. But I
Oh my
wish
God.
I didn't become so complacent the last couple of years. Have you ever considered quitting OTV?
Yeah.
I agree with Benny Exit. I think Jakra healed everyone. I agree.
And why?
I don't know. I've been in it for a really long time and just wanted to go follow Pokey's footsteps, I guess. Go do my own stuff.
Do you see what Poki does and go like, oh man, I want to do that?
I want to know what it's like not being in it sometimes because I've been in it for so long, if that makes sense.
Then why don't you?
Because I love the people here.
Well, Poki loves the people here.
That's true. But she's strong.
Well, I was trying to get her to quit.
You're weak.
I'm weak.
Would you ever rejoin OTV?
Yeah, under certain circumstances.
What are those circumstances?
Condition 1, $1 million. No, I'm kidding. Honestly, I would be a part of OTV again if it turned into some kind of entity where people join
Sup,
shoots
Angel
sometimes.
Knives?
Like I'm in LA all the time, I can join shoots. But can I do everything that a current full-time offline TV member does? No. But if that definition became a lot looser,
I don't think Pokey should. I think Pokey's got other stuff she's doing.
welcome back, Pokimane.
But I want to know who your
Howdy,
favorite
chat.
TV member is.
Hey, it's okay to see me.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do a cop out there.
For the record, I do have an answer. I have a hard time hurting people's feelings. Not that I don't think people's feelings would be hurt, but I'd rather all of you think that you're my favorite.
My favorite OTV member Michael Reeves.
favorite, but I do have one.
You think everyone plays favorites, though, right?
Everyone plays favorites.
In terms of like everyone has a favorite person on TV.
I do think so. Why did I have to ask all three of them, have you ever heard me having sex?
The answer to that is no, by the way.
Yeah, I don't have sex very often. Thank you all very much for watching.
This was like
a lot.
this was like
about
a
myself
healing
and
video.
Poki.
My revelations from this conversation. Toast is a nice human being. Yeah.
Actually, what I learned is you think we're the closest we've ever been now, and that's kind of cool to think about.
What I've learned is that I know Skara really well, and he knows me really well. And I love him very much. And Lily Peachy is just okay.
Yeah, but it's not a competition, Lily.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna go throw up now.
That was pretty good. Wow. Yeah, you guys even got strange honesty from them being all honest got me to be honest. Blau, as a fellow Colorado person, what do you miss the most about Colorado? I've always been so curious. What do I miss the most about Colorado? Oh, this is a fucking cop-out answer, but my parents.